welcome back to the Patcast Sitting Down with head football coach Keith Houston. Patriots a huge win over the Mountain Home Bombers, improving to 2-2 in conference play. It's the most points we've ever put up on the Bombers, and it's the largest gap we've ever had against the Bombers, maybe against any team. Overall, your thoughts on the game?
I thought a lot of things went well for us, and some kids made some plays, and for one, we got some guys back healthy and was able to get them back in the groove of things, and those guys made plays, and defensively they had a really good plan going into the game, and guys did their assignment each and every play, and we tackled well, and we was able to only give up 3, so it was a big win for us. A big momentum boost going into to our next game in conference, so it was a good night for us.
I want to talk about that defense, but first you started off with getting some players back.
Sure.
Caden and Slade, a pair of very talented wide receivers. There's talent up and down the wide receiver list, but those two guys specifically, what did you think about their return?
Oh, I thought both of them did a really good job. Still a little rusty for us getting back into game shape and doing things right every play, but those kids make plays, and we tried to find a way to get them going early, and it happened. We got them going early, and the good thing when you say about talent up and down that list, Mark Cage had some catches that night. Thomas Dorian had some catches that night. DJ Johnson scored a touchdown that night. So we got that's good that we're getting those guys back, and then those guys that had to step up when those two guys went down. Gain some confidence in themselves, and now they're playing at a really high level. So now you don't just have a couple guys playing at a high level. You got a lot of them. Anybody that's going in the game has confidence in their play, and then Daytrick having confidence in throwing the football.
Now going to the defense. One thing when I was going over my notes, writing the story for this, it hit me that the defense has forced a turnover in every game so far this season. How, in your words as a coach, how much of a momentum changer is that?
Oh, that's big, and we always talk defensively. Anytime we can get our offense an extra possession, we feel like we get a chance to score. So we want our defensive guys to take pride in creating turnovers and swarming to the football. And we always talk about second guy getting in there, try to punch it, try to rip it. When you get your opportunity when the ball's in the air, that's our ball. So we want to create turnovers on the defensive side of the ball. And so far, those guys have done a good job of creating some turnovers and giving our offense an extra possession. And when you can do that, a couple times a game, then the chances of you scoring multiple times on the offensive side of the ball, it increase. So we appreciate those guys and what they do.
Also defensively, the Bombers had 2 plays of more than 10 yards, I believe. One of them was around 30 yards, the other was around 20. But other than that, the defense shut down the Bombers for the most part. They had a very basic running game. They swap over to the shotgun. When they made that switch, what were y'all telling your defense just to calm them down?
Well, I mean, you go against the spread each and every day at practice, and 7 weeks out of the season, you're getting a chance to see this type of offense that they jump to. So they broke tendency a little bit, and we just tell our kids we go back to what we do. We go back to our base defense, and it shouldn't be a big deal for our guys because they're used to seeing the 10 personnel, 2x2 and 3x1. So they just had to get out of the mode of what we've done all week and jump back into just what we do on our base defense. And those plays that they was able to hit us on, we had some younger guys that was in the game at that point, and they not fitting exactly where we needed to fit, and was able to gap us up a little bit, but we got that fixed, and we was able to shut it down for the most part.
Talk about those younger guys getting a chance to play in a game like this. How vital is it to have that extra experience where you can get some of those guys that don't necessarily play?
Oh man, I mean it means everything, because what we tell our kids, you always one play away. And when they get a chance to get into those games, and that give them the opportunity to see what it's like, because it's totally different on a Friday night than it is in a Monday through Thursday practice. The bullets flying a little faster, and things happening really quick. So anytime we can get a chance to get those guys in the game, we want to get them in the game and get them prepared as we can. So just in case their name or numbers called to come up and make a play for us, then they feel comfortable doing it.
3 games left in the regular season. 2 of them are here. One of them this Friday against the Pine Bluff Zebras. Last year, I believe the final was 28-20. Your team got held to 0 points in the second half last year. The rain may have had a little something to do about it. What's something you want to see different in this year's game compared to last year's?
Well, you know what? I just want us to convert on some of those big play opportunities that we missed out on in that game. And, when we get a chance to make a big play, we want to make it, and we don't want to give up big plays. Those guys have athletes all over the football field that can run, can jump, and, big bodies. And, we're going to have our hands full. Coach Stinson does a really good job of getting those kids prepared each and every week. So, it's going to be up to us, and I told our kids, the way we practice will dictate the way we play. So we got to have some consecutive days of us going out and doing a really good job. And if we do that, we give ourselves a chance, and playing at home makes it even better.
Talk about the Zebras having some athletes on their team. Besides just them being an athletic team, what are some of the unique challenges that you have going against them?
Well, I mean, they're going to play man-to-man on the defensive side of the ball. They're going to play some zero coverage. They're going to play some one-free. And they're going to bring some pressure from all over the place and, try to screw with our O-line and, get some hands on our wide receivers at the line of scrimmage and, try to put some pressure on Daytrick. So we're going to have to do a good job of running really, really good routes and seeing where the pressure is coming from. Daytrick going to have to do a good job of recognizing if it's man free, and make the right plays, make the right reads, and then offensively, they're a big play waiting to happen. No matter if it's in the run game or the pass game, they just got kids that can run, and they do a good job. They have a nice scheme with what they do, and our kids are going to have to be locked in and be focused on the task at hand, and we will have to tackle. You're going to have to tackle well, and we talk to our kids every week about tackling well. If you tackle well and you eliminate big plays and you eliminate mistakes, you give yourself a chance to win some games.
Coming off a big road win, finally back at home. It's finally football weather. What are your expectations for the crowd?
Oh, man, I would love it to be big like it's always been here. The support has been crazy. The trenches is always fun to watch the theme or whatever they have for the week and just listening to them throughout the game. So we want everybody to come out and support, I told our kids we basically hold our destiny in the palm of our hands on how we're going to finish. And we can finish strong and give ourselves an opportunity to move on.
Coach Keith Houston will be right back with the Patcast.
You're in the mood for great Mexican food? It has to be authentic, and the customer service has to be amazing. At Mi Pueblo Authentic Mexican Food, you'll get both. Mouth-watering, delicious, and authentic Mexican food combined with attentive service along with live music and homemade tortillas. You're sure to have a great experience to remember. With locations in both Marion and West Memphis, you're never far away from Mi Pueblo Authentic Mexican Food. So go get your Mexican food fix today at Mi Pueblo Authentic Mexican Food.
Every day you take simple steps to protect your family. Whether it's the neighborhood you live in, the car you drive, or the channels you watch. At Farm Bureau Insurance, we're here to help with life insurance to protect your family's financial future, serviced by agents trained to customize life insurance coverage to you and your family. From last expenses to mortgage protection to your children's education to retirement. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent is on hand and ready to provide the reassurance and protection you need. Call today for your free no-obligation review of auto, home, and life insurance that's custom-tailored just for you. In Crittenden County, call Farm Bureau Insurance at 870-739-4436. A proud Patriot partner.
And welcome back to the Patcast. Monk's Maulers, breaking down some game footage from the game against Mountain Home using our footage from the Marion Patriots Athletics Network. We broadcast every road game on MarionPatriots.com and the Marion Athletics mobile app. If you haven't already downloaded, highly recommend that you do. But first things first, I wanted to take a look at some things that we did right against the Bombers last Friday and some things that we can continue to work on against the Zebras this Friday. First things first, I thought the Patriots did a really good job defending the run against the Bombers. Obviously, at the beginning of the game, there were still a few holes there. That's why the Bombers have it 2nd and 7 inside goal-to-go range, inside the 10. So we're going to take a look at this. What do the Patriots do after giving up I think this is a 20-yard run a couple plays before to get into this range? Stuff like this. The Bombers are gonna put this guy in motion on the side. They toss to him, just too many bodies in front of him, no place to go. Loss on the play. The Bombers again, they toss over here. Just look at this big, massive humanity right here. That's where he's supposed to run. That's where the running back is supposed to run. But there is way too many people in there for him to have any kind of place to run. There's 1, 2, 3 Patriot defenders in front of him. There's one on the ground. There's one of his blockers on the ground as well. Too much chaos caused by the Patriot defense. Nowhere for the running back to go. They end up losing a couple yards on this play. Thought that was a great job by the Patriots on that play to stop the run. Another one where I thought we had another great play is just right here, a great solo effort. I'll get the name in just a minute. It's number 29. He's able to shuck the blocker away, makes the tackle on the running back. And this is after the Bombers had swapped to shotgun. The Patriots did such a good job against the run in that wing formation that the Bombers switched to a shotgun, try and spread the defense out a little bit because the Patriots were putting like 7 or 8 defenders in the box in the spot where they were trying to run, and they just had nowhere to go. So they try and spread out the defense a little bit. The Patriots still went with a 4-front here, still had some linebackers just in case they do decide to pass, but it was mostly run out of this formation as well. Again, I have him circled right there. Just a great job of just getting rid of that blocker, just pushes him out of the way, gets into the hole, and makes the tackle. Just a great individual play. Get rid of that blocker and make the play. And again, Johnny Nichols, again, we have him circled right there. Just a great job of getting rid of the blocker, get into the hole, and make the tackle. Great individual play there by Nichols. Short gain, if any, on the run. Really liked what the Patriot offense did against this running game, which is going to be crucial going up against the Zebras because that's what they like to do, is run the ball as well. One other play I wanted to highlight, the Patriot offense was on fire against the Bombers. Loved having Slade back. Loved having Caden back. That's what play we're going to be taking a look at right here. This is Caden's second touchdown catch of the night. He did finish with 3. Patriot offense just did what they normally do against the Bombers, and they did it very well. They seemed a more confident team against the Bombers. I don't even think that necessarily had to do with like the Bomber defense, because we knew coming in that this team was struggling. They were giving up close to 30 points a game coming into it, so it's a great opportunity for the Patriot offense to kind of gain some momentum, get some things right as we head into the tail end of the season. But also just having these players back, this means a lot to these guys to have, big playmakers like Caden and Slade. Everybody benefits from this. 1 through 5 wide receiver-wise, everybody gets more confident in here. Everybody starts catching more. And one of those examples here is this great individual play that you'll see by Caden. He's in the near side slot. Patriots run the exact same play 2 times in a row. The first time they ran this, they go into the end zone to Slade. He just had to climb the ladder for this. A little bit better of the ball. The Bombers did a great job defending it. Maybe a little better of a ball thrown by Cale would have been a touchdown. But you can't really fault either one of them. It was just great defense by the Bombers. But they did have a man open on this play, so they went right back to it. And it's Caden Hunt. What you'll see here from Hunt is all he does is just gets to about the 2-yard line and stops. He's on He was on the far side in the middle slot spot of it. Just gets to about the 2, stops. Cale throws immediately to him. He's wide open. He's met by 2 Bombers here, but a great individual play to just spin off of those tacklers and get into the end zone. Again, you'll see him in the middle slot. We have a crossing pattern where it kind of frees Caden up right here. That running back, that receiver, I believe that's Doran, kind of frees up some space for him as that defender is going to crash down on Thomas. That frees Caden up for just a moment to get the ball there. Spins off the 2 tacklers and gets into the end zone. Great individual play by Caden, set up by a great team play overall. That's it for this week's edition of the Patcast.